that out seriously. I'm a YouTube that. But with that said, like we could pivot on that. How do you feel like the state of hip hop is today in comparison to back then when Large Pro and them was doing their thing?
I feel like we're gearing up for another golden era right now.
Really?
I
How
know
so?
that sounds crazy. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like we're gearing up right now just because the way people are looking for culture right now. You know what I mean? And there's more diversity. Like, I feel as if like the 3 years before, you know, it was heavily influenced by whatever the Migos was doing or
Yeah.
whatever the big pop acts was doing, you know, where it was more about everything surrounding the music other than the music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel as if with a lot more, I'll say lyrical artists have been coming out lately. And not only a lot more lyrical artists, a lot more musically inclined artists have been coming out, which really gives space for more things, you know, and diversity. So I feel like diversity is the biggest thing that hip hop needs right now. And I feel like that's a big thing.
That's a
And
good
that's
statement.
where I think we're in a good space. But as far as I would say, if you asked me that same question about 3 years ago, I probably would have said it's over.
I think that's a good analysis because I've heard people say like back in the early 90s, hip hop was more diverse. And then as we progressed, at least I remember like everybody kind of jumped on that Southern bandwagon for a long time.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
definitely.
Which is not a bad thing. I say we're in a good space creatively right now, but as far as financially, I think we're in a bad space.
How so?
I mean, you got, let's stick with current events. Like just 2 days ago, the Spotify stream shares went down again for artists. You know,
Okay.
so they're going to be paying less. I'm pretty sure other places are going to be following suit as well. You know, and that's a big thing. And the more companies that buy other companies, you know, the more record label owned companies that keep on buying up other companies. It's just, you know what I'm saying. I don't really have to say too much
Yeah,
more.
I
You
know.
know,
Monopolize
it's,
the board.
you know, all the playlists are owned by the same people, are the same people who own the record labels, the same people that owns the radio stations, the same people who are in cahoots with such and such. So, you know, but they can't stop live music, which is one thing that everybody has to get back to. I feel is if everybody gets back to the live show, then the people who are really dope will stick out, and they can't take your money from your live show. You know,
Not yet, right?
not
Not
yet. You know
yet.
what I mean? They can say it's a pandemic. You know what I mean, and stop you that from that way. But you know, hey, we can only do what we can. You know, while they got it open.
You know, man, I was really saving this, but since you went down this road, I think it'll be a good time to really bring this out. So with the whole live shows and what record labels are doing in terms of like monopolizing the board, what's your thoughts on like the blockchain technology being merged into the music industry? Like I seen they're actually working on doing virtual shows. Like, what's
I
your
think
thoughts
that's
on
a
that?
great thing. I think it's going to be a great thing until until the big players really start sticking their hands in it. You know, I mean, if they can keep it, I'm not really too much. I understand it, but I feel like I need to master it before I really talk about how much. But I feel as if you can't sell one song for 99 cents, then you're still being the same boat. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, if your streams are going to be for free and you can't even sell one song for 99 cents, who's really going to buy an NFT from Joe Schmo who's just really good?
I see that angle. I see that angle because I know now a lot of artists they're really making their money off shows. but I was thinking like with blockchain technology, they could still charge for the show in, let's say, Ethereum. And this time, like an artist don't have to pay for gas for the bus. You don't,
Yep,
it takes pricing down. So like what's your
sure.
what's your thoughts on like traveling to like virtual venues?
I
Like what
think
do you
that's dope.
see?
I think that's great. I think that's the best thing. I mean, I think that's the best thing because, like I said, live show is the number one thing, and people forget about that. I mean, people want to live in the virtual world where you need to be clicking on the internet for sure with your music, but live music is the number one thing. You got to think about it. Back Beethoven, Mozart.
Yeah,
How did those guys make music? How did those guys make money? You know what
right
I'm
there.
saying?
Yeah,
There was no medium for them to record on, but the live music kept them afloat. And that's the same thing. They can never take the live music away from you. You can walk outside with a mic right now, no recording. If you got it and you put that hat down and you dope, that hat is gonna be filled up by the end of the night.
yeah.